everyone. Okay, so we're going to create a app lab today using code.org. So the way you would go to this is you would log into code.org, click on new project, make sure you're logged in, your name should be displayed here, and then click on add lab. And the minute you click on this, it will take you to this screen. Okay, so the first things first, we want to title our project. We don't want to leave it untitled. So we're going to rename the untitled project. Right here is what it's titled. Here's the button to rename. And then you're going to erase all of this and you're going to write My Fair Story Maker. You have to select save, or if not, it's not going to save. And the only way you would know is if you see your name displayed. Now we are going to get to the coding, but we're not there yet, so we have to go to the design mode first. So do you see how it says code, design, and data? You're going to select design, okay? First, it says screen 1. We're going to rename this to My Fair Story Maker. Same title, just so we have that, okay? And I want to select a title inside. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using this toolbox, and we're going to be dragging it to this cell phone looking screen, which is the app that we're creating. On the right hand side here in this area, the workspace, we're going to be modifying the ID or the option or different displays on the side. But we're not going to be doing too many modifications here. We're going to be using mainly the design toolbox and the app, okay? So in this case, I want to create a title for this app, so how you're going to look at it. I want you to select ABC label. So you're going to select it and you're going to drag it inside the app, okay? Here you're going to then, now that you selected this one, you're going to see properties. There's an ID, a text. These are the only two we're going to change, okay? The ID, we're going to type pick a story idea. Sorry. Pick a story idea. And here you're going to type it so the text can display this. Pick a story idea. Okay, so now as you see, instead of saying text, it says pick a story ID. I'm going to put it in the middle for right now. We can make changes later. Next, I want to include a menu to choose from. So we're going to include a drop down. So you're going to locate drop down, which is right here, and you're going to then drag it underneath where it says pick a story. We're only modifying the ID and the options. The first thing with ID is we're going to erase it and we're going to title it theme, capital D, drop down. And instead of it saying options 1 or option 1 and 2, we're going to type adventure and we're going to press enter, but we're not typing enter. And then friendship, pressing enter, not typing it. And then mystery. So you should just have 3 options right now. We can always add later. Okay. Then I want to create a button to go underneath this to make the story. Okay. So we're going to get the button and we're going to drag it underneath. Okay. In this case, I like it being even with lengths. So it looks, I guess it goes with each other. That's just my preference. And then once you click on button, we're going to change the ID in the text. So the ID, we're going to actually type generate button. And on the text, we're going to title it Make My Story with an exclamation mark. Okay? After that, you're going to go to the ABC label. You're going to drag it here. And you're going to type, okay, you're going to change the ID to story display. And then the title, or I'm sorry, yeah, the text would be the story here with an exclamation point. Now in this case, this one gets a little tricky because you have to try to make this as big as possible, but it gets a little hard, especially if you don't have a mouse. But I know you can do it. Okay, so far I have this. Now, once you click out, you won't be able to see the box. If you need a line to see the box, I will scroll down, and where it says border width, I would select the one arrow up. Oops, not 5, just one arrow up. So then when it just says 1. So when you click out, you see a box here. That might help if you need that. If you don't, you could just continue. Okay, next. From there, we're going to create a button to ask about fairness. So we're going to grab button and we're going to drag it underneath. Once again, I'll make it a little longer. And then I'm going to change the button ID to bias check button. And the text that's going to display is going to be a question. Is my story fair? So then now we're going to put a box where we can type advice. So underneath is my story fair. We're going to change the ID to feedback input. And then we're going to change, now this is instead of text or option, it is called a placeholder. We are going to change that and we're going to type, tell me how to make it better with an exclamation mark. Now we're going to add, we want to send our advice to the app. So we're going to add a button underneath. Okay. This is where it's getting a little tighter, but it's okay, we can fix it. And then on ID, we're going to write improve button. And underneath text, we're going to erase button and we're going to write give my advice with an exclamation point. In this case, I'm running really low on space. Luckily, I only need one more thing, so we're going to try. I'm going to get the ABC label, and we're going to put it underneath. And we're going to change the ID to improved story label. And the text is going to say, thanks for helping. Okay, and now you can change it and modify. You can move it to maneuver it however you like. If you want it smaller, you want it longer, it's up to you, your choice, the way you're going to make it. And this is how this is how our app should look like.